Silence is not weakness. Silence is mastery. In a world addicted to noise, the man or woman who can remain silent, who does not rush to defend, explain, or impress, already stands above the chaos. Silence is the wisest answer, not because it avoids conflict, but because it controls it. A smile, when born from strength, becomes a weapon more powerful than anger. Hope, when everything is dark, becomes rebellion. Forgiveness, when pain is justified, becomes freedom. And parents, underestimated, overlooked, taken for granted, remain the greatest blessing most people only recognize when it is too late. This is where we begin. Not with success, not with money, not with applause. We begin with character. I've watched people chase success like hunters chasing a wild animal through the forest, breathless, desperate, obsessed with the capture. They want the trophy, the recognition, the bank account, the proof that they matter. But here is what life teaches, slowly, brutally, and without apology. If success arrives before character is ready, it does not elevate you. It exposes you. People ask, how do I get ahead? The wrong question. The right question is, what is holding me up? Because what's beneath your feet will always matter more than what's in your hands. Imagine constructing a beautiful house, perfect design, flawless materials, but you pour it on sand. The first storm does not ask how talented the architect was. The first strong wind does not care how expensive the materials were. It only asks one question. Is the foundation real? Temporary winds collapse on weak foundations. Most people learn this too late. They believe success will fix them, that money will heal their insecurity, that influence will erase their emptiness, that achievement will quiet the voice inside. It doesn't. Success does not build character. Success reveals it. It pulls back the curtain, turns on the spotlight, and introduces the world to who you really are. Not who you pretend to be. Not who you posed as. Not who you wish people believed you were. The real you. And if the real you is undisciplined, dishonest, fragile, or hollow, everything you build starts to shake. I've seen people win big and lose bigger, not because they weren't talented, but because they rushed to build the upper floors before pouring the concrete underneath. Discipline was missing, humility was missing, integrity was missing, and success made sure everyone saw it. So ask yourself, what are you building under the surface? The world celebrates achievements. Life tests identity. If you want success that lasts, success that feels earned, clean, and unshakable, you must work where no one is watching. Early mornings, quiet nights, honest reflection, no applause, no validation, just you and the truth. This is where character is forged. Not on stage, not online, not in public, in silence. Every small decision matters, every choice stacks, every moment you do what's right instead of what's easy, you pour another layer into your foundation. And if you skip this stage, life will circle back. It always does. It will rattle the walls, shake the structure, and ask again. Is this real? Temporary wins feel good for a moment. Cutting corners feels clever until it costs you your self-respect. Every broken promise to yourself chips away at your foundation. Every kept promise strengthens it. Character is built in moments no one celebrates, returning extra change, admitting mistakes, showing up tired, holding your tongue when anger begs to speak. These moments do not trend, they do not go viral, but they determine who survives pressure. Because pressure does not destroy character, it introduces it. When life squeezes you, financial pressure, relationship pressure, reputation pressure, whatever is inside comes out. You don't rise to the occasion, you fall back on your habits. That's why preparation matters more than opportunity. You cannot build a roof in the middle of a storm. You build it before the rain. And here, where most people fail, they want recognition before readiness. They want power before discipline. influence before integrity. That order ruins lives. Character first, success second, always. If you're listening to this right now, don't just absorb it, commit to it. Backhand index pointing right if this message is hitting you, don't stay silent, like this. Subscribe, share it, do it now. This is not entertainment, this is instruction. Because what you're building right now, quietly, invisibly, will decide whether the future lifts you or crushes you. And we're just getting started. In the next part, we will confront something even more dangerous than failure: indecision. The silent disease that keeps capable people powerless. Indecision is not caution. Indecision is decay. It looks harmless, polite, reasonable. But it quietly rots lives from the inside out. Most people don't fail because they chose wrong. They fail because they never chose at all. They stand at the edge of their own potential, endlessly thinking, endlessly preparing, endlessly waiting for the right time. And while they wait, life moves on without them. Let me be clear with you, indecision is not intelligence. It is fear wearing a suit. A decided mind moves with force. An undecided mind leaks energy. Every day you delay a decision, you train your mind to distrust your own authority. You teach yourself that your word is negotiable. And once your mind learns it doesn't have to obey you, discipline collapses. This is why so many capable people remain powerless. They are talented but divided, smart but hesitant, inspired but inconsistent. Power requires finality. The moment you decide, truly decide, something changes. Your posture changes, your voice changes, your presence changes. Even before results appear, your identity shifts. Because decision ends in an argument. An undecided man has a parliament in his head. Every fear gets a vote. Every excuse gets a microphone. Comfort argues, doubt filibusters, weakness delays the motion. A decided man has a monarchy. One ruler, one command. He does not shout at himself. He does not negotiate with weakness. He states the order and executes. This is the law of inner authority. You cannot lead your life if your impulses outrank your intentions. You cannot command your future if your moods veto your discipline. Progress begins the day you become the highest authority in your own mind. Look closely at your life right now. Where are you undecided? The goal you keep considering. The habit you keep meaning to start. The boundary you keep thinking about setting. The version of yourself you keep planning to become. Every one of those delays has a cost. Because the subconscious does not respond to wishes. It responds to orders that are enforced. Every promise you break to yourself weakens your command. Every promise you keep strengthens it. Confidence is not mystical. It is accounting. Promises kept are deposits. Promises broken are withdrawals. And sooner or later, the balance shows. This is why silent discipline creates loud results. The early mornings no one sees, the temptations you refuse privately, the work you finish when quitting would be easier. These moments build inner authority. And authority changes everything. When your mind knows you will not betray yourself, fear loses leverage, doubt loses volume, fatigue loses control. You still feel them, but they no longer decide. Indecision asks, what if I fail? Decision answers, then I adjust and continue. Fear says, wait. Authority says, move. The world reorganizes itself around decided people, not because the world is fair, but because certainty is rare. Humans trust what is solid. Opportunities flow toward clarity. This is why weak men seek permission, and strong men create paths. You don't need more information. You don't need more motivation. You need one decision you will not reverse. Start small, but make it lure. One fixed waking hour. One daily discipline. One non-negotiable standard. Do not announce it. Do not dramatize it. Enforce it. 30 days of obedience to a single command will do more for your life than years of inspiration. Backhand index pointing right if you are still watching. This is your moment. Like this. Subscribe. Share this with someone who is drifting. Do not consume this quietly. Act. Because in the next part, we confront the enemy that survives even decision. Pressure. And pressure does not ask politely. It tests us everything. Pressure is not your enemy. Pressure is your mirror. It doesn't break you, it exposes you. Many live under pressure every day without understanding it. Deadlines, responsibilities, expectations, they accumulate like a storm cloud, but most never notice the weather until it's too late. Pressure shows who you really are when no one is watching. It reveals your habits, your patience, your courage, and your priorities. It exposes where discipline is shallow and where character is forged. Let me tell you something most people don't admit. Success is never found in comfort. Comfort is a lie. It's the illusion that you are safe, capable, and prepared. It whispers that you can wait. It tells you to settle. It seduces you with ease. Pressure does not lie. It asks, what are you made of? You will feel it. The knot in your stomach before a big meeting. The sleepless nights before a deadline. The uncertainty that gnaws at your chest when the world expects results you have yet to produce. Pressure tests the following. 1. Patience. Rushed people fail. Impulsive people crumble. Only those who endure discomfort without surrender survive. 2. Focus. Chaos attacks attention. The undisciplined scatter. The committed concentrate. Pressure rewards clarity. 3. Creativity. When options are limited, excuses are stripped away. Your mind must generate solutions. Laziness dies here. 4. Faith in yourself. When outcomes are uncertain, the mind screams to quit. Confidence is tested, refined, and confirmed in these moments. Pressure is a teacher with a blunt stick. It hurts if you resist. It humbles if you ignore it. But if you lean into it, you transform it into fuel. Do not waste energy wishing it away. Do not curse the test. Do not complain about expectations. They are the only language the world respects. Results under strain. History is written by those who withstand pressure. Not the smartest, not the luckiest, not the most talented, but those who stand firm while the storm rages. Here's the reality. Comfort is abundant. Pressure is scarce. Most people avoid it at all costs. That is why your ability to endure it alone guarantees you advantage. Pressure also reveals weakness. If you fail under it, know this, it is not permanent, it is instruction. Your flaws are highlighted not to shame you, but to show where work is required. Every weakness exposed is a doorway to strength if you take it seriously. Now understand this, surviving pressure is not enough. You must thrive under it. To thrive, you must obey 3 rules. Rule 1, master your inner state. Your body will panic, your heart will race, your mind will scream, calm the storm inside. Breath, posture, focus, authority begins internally. Rule 2, control your response, not the circumstance. The storm outside cannot be tamed, but your actions within it can be flawless, deliberate, and powerful. Rule 3, decide and execute. Pressure favors action over rumination. The moment of doubt is the moment to act decisively. Most people fail the test because they misunderstand pressure. They think pressure is a problem. It is not. Pressure is the opportunity. Every difficult conversation, Every impossible deadline, every terrifying challenge is a chance to demonstrate who you are and who you are becoming. Every great man, every great woman, every legend in history, they were ordinary under comfort, but extraordinary under pressure. You are no different, but only if you step into it. So today, seek pressure, not recklessly, but intentionally. Do the work others avoid. Face the conversations others delay. Take responsibility others dodge. Your potential is screaming behind the walls of your comfort zone. Pressure is the hammer that breaks them. Embrace it and you step into authority. Avoid it and you remain invisible, unnoticed, unfulfilled. Backhand index pointing right, like, subscribe, share this message. Pressure is your ally, not your enemy. Do not let it pass silently. Own it. Step into it. Transform it. Next, we confront the invisible chains of distraction, the enemy that steals time, attention, and life itself. Pressure is not your enemy. Pressure is your mirror. It doesn't break you, it exposes you. Many live under pressure every day without understanding it. Deadlines, responsibilities, expectations, they accumulate like storm clouds, but most never notice the weather until it is too late. The mind can ignore the warning signals, the body can endure fatigue, but the truth always comes to the surface. Pressure does not negotiate. Pressure does not beg. Pressure does not care about excuses. Pressure simply shows you who you are. It tests your endurance, your resolve, your integrity, your courage. It asks questions that no one else will dare to ask. Questions like, who are you when everything falls apart? Who are you when no one sees? Who are you when the stakes are life-altering? Many people run from pressure. They hide in comfort, in routine, in mediocrity. They tell themselves that comfort is safety, that ease is security, that waiting is wisdom. Comfort whispers sweet lies in your ear. You can wait, you can relax, you are safe here. It seduces you with peace, but beneath the surface it is a cage, and only under pressure do the bars appear. Only under pressure does the mirror become clear. Let me tell you something most people refuse to admit. Success is never born in comfort. Comfort is the nursery of mediocrity. Comfort is where dreams go to die. Comfort is the illusion that life is controllable, that you have time, that the world will bend to your pace. Comfort kills urgency, it diminishes ambition, it robs potential. If you want greatness, you will have to face pressure. You will have to step into it willingly. You will have to lean into discomfort as if it were your ally, because it is. Pressure is the only thing that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary, the average from the exceptional, the forgotten from the remembered. Pressure shows you your flaws. It unmasks your weaknesses. It highlights where your discipline is shallow, where your courage is tentative, where your determination is negotiable. But it does not exist to punish. It exists to teach, to reveal, to ignite. Pressure is the silent sculptor shaping your character, your resilience, your destiny. Every knot in your stomach, every racing heartbeat, every sleepless night before a decisive moment is a conversation with your own potential. Listen carefully. Pressure does not lie, comfort lies. Pressure is honest. Pressure is truth. And truth, no matter how sharp, is the only thing that will make you strong enough to conquer what lies ahead. Consider this, every great figure in history, leaders, innovators, warriors, creators, thrived under pressure, not comfort. They were ordinary in safe spaces, but under fire, under expectation, under threat, they revealed their greatness. Pressure exposes talent. Pressure exposes weakness. Pressure exposes who is willing to act, who is willing to endure, who is willing to rise while the world trembles around them. And make no mistake, if you are alive, if you are ambitious, if you are striving, you will face pressure. The question is not whether it will come. The question is whether you are ready to meet it head on. Pressure tests 4 things above all. 1. Patience. Patience is not passive. It is the ability to endure difficulty without surrendering to despair, without reacting impulsively, without breaking under strain. Rushed people fail. Impulsive people crumble. Only those who can endure the weight of expectation, the delay of reward, the tension of the moment survive. Patience under pressure is a superpower. It is the calm center in the eye of the storm. It allows you to navigate chaos with clarity, precision, and strategy. 2. Focus. Pressure attacks your attention. It scatters your mind. It bombards you with distractions, doubts, and fears. The undisciplined scatter, the committed concentrate. Pressure rewards clarity. It demands that you see the task, understand the path, and execute without hesitation. When everyone else is panicking, losing time, or doubting, your focus becomes your edge. Your ability to concentrate under pressure will determine whether you survive or thrive. 3. Creativity. When options are limited, when resources are scarce, when every choice matters, your mind must generate solutions. Laziness dies here. Excuses are meaningless. Creativity is not just art, it is survival. Pressure forces ingenuity. Pressure forces innovation. When everything is at stake, ordinary ideas fail. Only extraordinary thinking prevails. Pressure is the forge where ideas are tested and transformed into reality. 4. Faith in yourself. When outcomes are uncertain, when the path is dark, when every instinct screams to quit, confidence is tested, refined, and confirmed. Faith in yourself is not arrogance. It is the unshakable belief that you can act decisively, endure relentlessly, and overcome inevitably. Pressure does not create courage, it reveals it. It does not manufacture resilience, it proves it. Every time you act under pressure, every time you rise when the world expects you to fall, you strengthen this faith. Pressure is a teacher with a blunt stick. It hurts if you resist. It humbles if you ignore it. But if you lean into it, you transform it into fuel. Every difficulty becomes a lesson. Every challenge becomes an opportunity. Every uncomfortable situation becomes a doorway to growth. You must learn to welcome pressure, not as punishment, not as trial, but as invitation. Invitation to mastery, invitation to greatness, invitation to a life lived fully, intensely, unapologetically. Do not waste energy wishing it away. Do not curse the test. Do not complain about expectations. They are the language of life. They are the standards of reality. They do not negotiate. They do not compromise. They demand excellence. They demand preparation. They demand results. Pressure is not an obstacle, it is a signal. A signal that you are alive, a signal that you are capable, a signal that your moment has arrived. History is written by those who withstand pressure, not the smartest, not the luckiest, not the most talented, but those who stand firm while the storm rages, the people who endure when failure is expected, the people who act when indecision paralyzes the masses, the people who maintain clarity, courage, and relentless action while others crumble. That is who pressure favors. That is who emerges victorious. That is who becomes legendary. Pressure also reveals weakness. If you fail under it, understand this. Failure is instruction. Weakness is direction. Flaws are not condemnation. They are the roadmap to mastery. Every exposed weakness is an opportunity to strengthen, to improve, to prepare. Every failure under pressure is a rehearsal for excellence under pressure. The world will not wait for you to become perfect. The world will not slow down for your hesitation. Pressure is real. It is immediate. It is unforgiving. And it is your teacher. Surviving pressure is not enough. Thriving under pressure is mandatory. To thrive, obey 3 rules. Rule 1, master your inner state. Your body will panic, your heart will race, your mind will scream. Calm the storm inside. Control your breath, posture, and focus. Authority begins internally. If you cannot command yourself, you cannot command results. Rule 2, control your response, not the circumstance. You cannot change the storm outside. You cannot control the chaos, the deadlines, the conflicts, the unexpected betrayals of life. But you can control your actions. You can choose clarity over confusion, execution over hesitation, courage over fear. Rule 3, decide and execute. Pressure rewards action, not rumination. The moment of doubt is the moment to act decisively. Hesitation under pressure is fatal. Action under pressure is immortal. Every decisive move compounds. Every delay costs exponentially. Decide and execute. Most people fail because they misunderstand pressure. They treat it as an enemy. It is not. It is your greatest opportunity. Every challenge, every test, every moment that stretches you beyond your comfort zone is a chance to demonstrate who you are and who you are becoming. Every great person in history, every legend, every titan of achievement was ordinary under comfort, but extraordinary under pressure. You are no different. but only if you step into it, lean into it, embrace it, and master it. Seek pressure intentionally, not recklessly but deliberately. Face conversations others avoid. Accept responsibilities others refuse. Do work others consider too difficult. Your potential is screaming behind the walls of comfort. Pressure is the hammer that breaks them. Embrace it, own it, transform it. Pressure is not punishment. Pressure is privilege. Pressure is proof. Pressure is opportunity. Pressure is life itself. Backhand index pointing right, like, subscribe, share this message. Pressure is your ally, not your enemy. Step into it, transform it, thrive under it. Distraction is not harmless. Distraction is not temporary. Distraction is a thief. It steals your time, your focus, your energy, your dreams, and most dangerously, your life. And the worst part, you do not even notice until it is too late. Distraction is silent. It creeps in quietly, dressed as entertainment, relaxation, necessity, or urgency. It whispers just one more scroll, one more conversation, one more episode, one more delay, one more compromise. And slowly, imperceptibly, your goals slip from your hands. Your potential evaporates. Your greatness diminishes. People think distraction is external. It is not. Distraction is internal first. It begins in the mind, in the small lapses of discipline, in the silent tolerances of mediocrity. Every unchecked thought, every idle moment, every surrender to comfort is an opening. Distraction feeds on openings. It multiplies in silence. And by the time it is obvious, the damage is monumental. Careers are ruined. Relationships crumble, dreams fade, health decays, confidence collapses. Time, the most precious resource, has been stolen quietly by the thief no one acknowledges. Distraction comes in many forms. One, technology. We are connected to 1,000 voices and 1,000,000 screens, yet more disconnected from ourselves than ever. Notifications, alerts, pings, and endless content are designed to hijack your attention. You open one link, one video, one app, and hours vanish as if by magic. You say, "I'll just check quickly." But quickly is a lie. Minutes become hours, hours become days, and before you realize it, months have passed without progress, without purpose, without clarity. 2, people. Not all companions are allies. Some are carriers of distraction. They demand attention, invite drama, or draw you into conflicts that are not yours. Some want to gossip, complain, or seek validation at the cost of your focus. These relationships are subtle thieves. They drain energy without giving it back. Every hour spent indulging them is an hour not spent building your legacy. 3, mindlessness. Idle thoughts are fertile soil for distraction. When the mind is untrained, it wanders to fears, regrets, fantasies, and unnecessary worries. The imagination, powerful as it is, can become a prison if uncontrolled. You think you are relaxing, but your mind is diluting your energy, scattering your focus, and eroding your clarity. 4, excuses. Excuses are disguised distractions. They are rationalizations that justify inactivity, procrastination, and avoidance. I don't have time. I'll start tomorrow. I deserve a break. These statements are not truths, they are theft. Every excuse steals an opportunity. Every postponement steals a chance. Every delay steals progress. Excuses are the silent accomplices of distraction. Distraction is the slow death of ambition. It is subtle but lethal. It does not destroy all at once. It kills incrementally, day by day, moment by moment, until you wake up and realize that you are living someone else's life, not your own. Most people never recover because they underestimate the power of distraction. They believe they are in control. They are not. Distraction controls them, and it is relentless. But there is a solution. There is a weapon against this thief. It begins with awareness. Awareness is the first act of rebellion. You must identify what steals your attention, what consumes your time, what drains your energy, and what clouds your mind. Without awareness, you cannot fight. Without clarity, you cannot win. Awareness turns distraction from a silent thief into a visible opponent. Once seen, it can be challenged. The next step is boundaries. Boundaries are shields against distraction. Limit technology, control consumption, remove unnecessary noise, set schedules and stick to them. Protect your focus as if it were gold, because it is. Your attention is the currency of success. Every minute lost to distraction is wealth stolen from your potential. Guard it fiercely, protect it relentlessly. Discipline is the sword that cuts through distraction. Discipline is the habit of returning, moment by moment, to your purpose. It is the practice of saying no when everything inside screams yes. It is the commitment to long-term results over short-term pleasures. Discipline is what allows you to work when the world wants you to scroll. Discipline is what allows you to create when the world wants you to consume. Discipline is what allows you to achieve when the world is content with mediocrity. Focus is the armor against distraction. Focus channels energy into action, thought into creation, and attention into mastery. Focus eliminates noise. It sharpens perception. It amplifies output. Focus transforms small efforts into monumental results. With focus, distraction loses its power. Without focus, distraction conquers everything. But there is a higher truth. Distraction is not just external, it is internal. It is fear, doubt, indecision, and comfort masquerading as choice. When you master your inner world, the outer distractions lose their grip. When your purpose is vivid, your why is clear, and your vision is uncompromising, distractions cannot seduce you. They may exist, but they cannot sway you. They may tempt you, but they cannot hold you. They may whisper, but you will not listen. Every second spent distracted is a second you will never reclaim. Every moment diverted from purpose is a moment lost in history. Time is your life. Attention is your life force. Guard it, focus it, multiply it, make every moment count. Consider this, the world is full of distractions, and most people are addicted. They consume endlessly, drift aimlessly, and surrender their power willingly. But not you, not those destined for greatness. You see distraction for what it is, the silent thief, and you fight back. You reclaim your time, you sharpen your mind, you protect your energy, you execute relentlessly. Distraction will always exist. It will never vanish. It will evolve. It will adapt. But you can evolve faster. You can adapt quicker. You can rise above the noise. You can master the chaos. You can live intentionally, act decisively, and focus unrelentingly. Your enemies are not always visible. Some are subtle, hidden, and seductive, but the most dangerous of all is distraction. It is invisible, constant, and cunning. It hides in plain sight, it whispers in your ear, it lures you with pleasure and comfort. But it can be conquered, it can be tamed, it can be defeated. Through awareness, boundaries, discipline, and focus, distraction becomes powerless. Through vision, purpose, and relentless action, distraction becomes irrelevant. Greatness is not accidental. Greatness is deliberate. Greatness requires sacrifice. Greatness requires attention. Greatness demands the elimination of distraction. If you cannot eliminate the silent thief, you will never achieve the extraordinary. If you cannot command your focus, you will never command your life. If you cannot act intentionally, you will drift eternally. You must fight distraction every day, hour by hour, minute by minute, moment by moment. You must reclaim your attention, protect your energy, and pursue your goals with relentless intensity. Distraction is not merely inconvenient, it is lethal. It is the thief of dreams, the killer of potential, and the destroyer of destiny. Step into clarity, step into discipline, step into purpose. Refuse distraction, refuse compromise, refuse surrender. Your time is your life, your focus is your power, your energy is your weapon. Do not give them away. Not now, not ever. Backhand index pointing right, like, subscribe, share this message. Guard your focus, defeat distraction, command your life. The silent thief will never win if you refuse to let it. Failure is not the enemy. Failure is not shameful. Failure is the unseen teacher. It does not announce itself with applause or reward. It comes silently, often uninvited, and leaves a mark that is unmistakable. Every person who has achieved greatness has failed many times in ways too numerous to count. Failure is the furnace in which strength is forged. It is the teacher who speaks harshly but truthfully. It is the mirror that shows the cracks in your strategy, your mindset, and your resolve. Most people fear failure because they misunderstand it. They think it is a reflection of their worth, their intelligence, or their talent. They think it is a verdict. They think it is final. This is the lie that keeps millions trapped in mediocrity. Failure is not a verdict. Failure is feedback. Failure is information. Failure is the raw material of mastery. Without it, you cannot improve. Without it, you cannot grow. Without it, you cannot succeed. Failure reveals the truth you refuse to see. It exposes weaknesses, illusions, and lies you tell yourself. It shows where preparation is insufficient, where knowledge is incomplete, where courage is absent, and where action is lacking. It shines a spotlight on areas you cannot ignore if you wish to achieve anything meaningful. Failure is brutal because it is honest. It does not flatter. It does not excuse. It does not negotiate. It simply shows you where you are and where you must go. Yet even though failure is necessary, it is also deeply misunderstood. Most people respond to failure with fear, shame, or avoidance. They retreat, they hide, they blame others, they rationalize, they stop trying. And in that retreat, failure becomes permanent. They allow one lesson to become a prison. They mistake temporary defeat for permanent incapacity. They confuse effort with outcome. They confuse progress with instant success. This is why the courageous embrace failure. The ambitious do not avoid it, they seek it, knowing that each setback is a stepping stone. Each mistake is a map. Each loss is a lesson. The path to greatness is littered with failure, and the difference between the successful and the mediocre is not the absence of failure, it is the response to it. To learn from failure, you must first observe it without judgment. Examine what went wrong. Analyze every decision, every action, every assumption, and every moment that led to the result. Do not soften the truth. Do not rationalize. Do not excuse. The more brutally honest you are with yourself, the more powerful your learning will be. Failure cannot teach you unless you see it clearly, and clarity comes from discipline, reflection, and courage. Next, you must extract the lesson. Failure is not punishment, it is guidance. Ask yourself, what can I do differently next time? What strategy failed? What skill was lacking? What mindset held me back? What opportunity did I miss? What fear or insecurity interfered with my performance? Every answer is a key. Every insight is a tool. Every lesson is a weapon. The stronger your analysis, the stronger your next attempt. Then you must act on the lesson. Knowledge alone does not overcome failure. Reflection without action is futile. The teacher is useless if the student does not apply the knowledge. Rebuild, redesign, recommit, train harder, prepare longer, try again, persist with unwavering focus. Let failure fuel your determination rather than paralyze your ambition. Those who succeed are not those who avoid failure, they are those who respond to it with relentless action. Failure also teaches resilience. It shows you the depth of your strength. When everything falls apart, when doors close, when opportunities vanish, failure asks, how badly do you want it? It tests your endurance, your courage, and your tenacity. Some will crumble, some will retreat, some will surrender. But those who persist discover that failure is not the end, it is the forge. It tempers your spirit, strengthens your resolve, and sharpens your focus. Failure does not break you unless you allow it. Failure strengthens you if you choose to rise. It teaches humility. No matter how talented, experienced, or confident you are, failure reminds you that perfection is a myth, that success is earned, and that no one can escape the lessons of effort, discipline, and strategy. Humility is not weakness, it is awareness. It is the readiness to learn from every experience, to absorb feedback, and to adapt. The humblest minds often learn the fastest, and the fastest learners often succeed the most. Failure also teaches innovation. When your current methods fail, you are forced to think differently, to adapt, and to create. The breakthrough moments in history, science, business, and art are often born from repeated failures. The inventors, entrepreneurs, leaders, and artists who change the world do so because they persist through setbacks, experimenting, adjusting, and iterating until they discover the solution others could not see. Failure pushes you beyond comfort, forcing creativity where mediocrity settles for routine. It teaches courage. Every time you fail, fear tempts you to stop. Doubt whispers that the effort is pointless. Insecurity convinces you that you cannot succeed. Courage is the decision to continue anyway. Courage is the refusal to let temporary defeat define your identity. Courage is understanding that failure is part of the process and choosing to move forward regardless. Without failure, courage cannot exist. Without courage, success cannot exist. And finally, failure teaches persistence. It demonstrates that mastery is not an event, it is a process. It is not a result, it is a journey. Every failed attempt is a step forward. Every setback is a momentum shift. Every rejection is redirection. Persistence is the bridge between failure and success. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who do not is not luck. it is the refusal to quit.
Your route.
Remember this, the world will not warn you before you fail. Opportunities will not wait. Life does not pause for your mistakes. Failure is inevitable, unavoidable, and universal. But so is growth, so is mastery, so is transformation. Your choice is not whether you will fail, it is how you will respond.
Your route.
The courageous see failure as a friend, not an enemy. They see it as feedback, not punishment. They see it as fuel, not fear. And in this understanding, they rise faster, learn deeper, and achieve further than anyone who fears failure. Do not run from failure. Do not hide. Do not blame. Do not complain. Face it. Analyze it. Learn from it. Act on it. Let it forge your strength, sharpen your skills, and guide your journey. Your greatest teacher is waiting, often disguised as defeat. Embrace it. Listen to it. Let it transform you. Failure is not the end. It is the beginning of mastery. It is the gateway to growth. It is the path to greatness. Those who understand this, who live by this, and who rise through this are unstoppable. Every champion, every innovator, every visionary, every leader has walked through failure to arrive at success. The question is not if you will fail, it is if you will let failure teach you or destroy you. Backhand index pointing right, like, subscribe, share this message. Fail wisely, learn relentlessly, rise unbreakable, master your destiny. The unseen teacher is waiting, and your future depends on listening. Patience is not weakness. Patience is not passivity. Patience is power, the silent, invisible force that shapes destinies. The world is loud, it demands speed, it celebrates instant gratification, it measures success in immediate results, viral fame, quick wins, and surface-level accomplishments. Yet true greatness does not come from haste. True transformation does not come from rushing. True power is cultivated in the quiet, steady rhythm of patience. Patience is the engine behind every enduring success, every masterpiece, every leader, and every visionary. Those who lack patience are constantly frustrated. They compare their beginning to someone else's peak. They rush decisions, abandon plans prematurely, and fall victim to impulse. They cannot see the long arc of growth because they are blinded by urgency. They measure life in days, moments, and immediate outcomes rather than years, experience, and depth. The impatient rarely achieve anything profound because depth requires time, mastery requires repetition, and vision requires waiting. Patience teaches you timing. It trains your awareness to recognize when to act and when to wait. Every action has a moment. Every opportunity has a season. Every challenge has a lesson. Rushing into life is like trying to harvest a crop before it is ready. The result is disappointment, failure, and wasted effort. But those who cultivate patience understand the invisible rhythms of life. They observe, prepare, and then strike with precision and force when the moment is right. Patience develops endurance. Life is not a sprint, it is a marathon of resilience, focus, and persistence. Challenges will come. Setbacks will test your resolve. Obstacles will block your path. Only those who endure, who wait, who keep moving steadily will see the full arc of success. Endurance is born from patience, and patience is learned in moments of discomfort, delay, and uncertainty. Those who cannot wait crumble under pressure, while the patient grows stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. Patience builds wisdom. Wisdom is not learned overnight. Wisdom is not taught in lectures or quick tutorials. Wisdom is the product of observation, reflection, and experience over time. The impatient chase immediate solutions and quick fixes, missing the subtle lessons life provides. The patient notice patterns, understand dynamics, and recognize opportunities that others overlook. Patience allows you to see the unseen, hear the unheard, and understand the unspoken. It grants insight into timing, people, and strategies that no hurry can ever reveal. Patience fosters discipline. To wait requires self-control. To persist requires restraint. And to trust the process requires confidence. Life will tempt you to abandon plans, to cut corners, to seek shortcuts. Patience trains your mind to resist the lure of impulsive gratification. It strengthens your focus, sharpens your strategy, and aligns your actions with long-term goals rather than fleeting desires. Discipline is the backbone of achievement, and patience is the forge that strengthens it. Patience enhances decision-making. When you act impulsively, mistakes are inevitable. Decisions made in haste are often flawed, shallow, and regrettable. Patience allows time to gather information, weigh options, and anticipate consequences. It transforms reaction into strategy, impulsiveness into insight, and chaos into clarity. Those who master patience make fewer errors, seize better opportunities, and craft their destinies with precision. Patience teaches humility. Waiting is uncomfortable. Delay feels like weakness. Yet through patience, you learn that the world does not bend to your desire. You learn to respect timing, to honor process, and to recognize the limits of your control. Humility is not surrender. It is understanding the rhythms of life, accepting what cannot be rushed, and mastering what can. The patient are powerful not because they control everything, but because they act wisely when the moment demands it. Patience nurtures creativity. True innovation cannot be rushed. Ideas, insights, and breakthroughs require incubation. Just as a seed cannot grow overnight, brilliance cannot emerge instantly. Patience allows thoughts to mature, skills to refine, and strategies to evolve. It is in the waiting that connections form, patterns emerge, and vision crystallizes. The impatient force, the patient cultivate. The impatient react, the patient create. Patience strengthens relationships. Life's most meaningful connections, family, friends, partners, mentors, cannot be forced. Trust, respect, and loyalty take time to develop. Rushing relationships leads to misunderstandings, conflicts, and superficial bonds. Patience allows you to listen, observe, and respond with care. It builds trust, earns respect, and forms foundations that endure. The patient are masters of influence, not because they demand it, but because they earn it over time. Patience amplifies resilience. Life will challenge you, plans will falter, people will betray you, circumstances will turn against you. The impatient give up, the patient endure. They understand that adversity is temporary, that storms pass, and that strength grows through waiting. Patience transforms suffering into growth, struggle into strategy, and delay into preparation. It is the shield and sword of those who achieve greatness. Patience is the invisible force behind every monumental achievement. Every great leader, every artist, every innovator, every empire builder has exercised patience. They understood that the world moves on its own schedule, not theirs. They understood that mastery cannot be hurried. They understood that true power is cultivated in silence, under the surface, unseen by those who seek instant results. Patience allowed them to outlast rivals, refine skills, and strike with impact when the moment was right. Do not confuse patience with passivity. To wait does not mean to stop. To prepare does not mean to delay action indefinitely. Patience is active. It is the quiet, disciplined preparation of your mind, body, and spirit. It is the relentless refining of your strategy, the sharpening of your skills, and the strengthening of your character while the world demands immediate results. The patient move continuously, invisibly, relentlessly, until they are ready to unleash unstoppable force. Patience is power because it multiplies impact. A well-timed action accomplishes more than 100 rushed attempts. A patient strategy wins battles that impulsive tactics lose. A disciplined mind achieves goals that scattered effort cannot. Patience magnifies influence, refines execution, and transforms effort into monumental results. The impatient live in frustration. The patient live in control. The impatient chase fleeting satisfaction. The patient cultivate enduring success. The impatient are consumed by urgency. The patient are empowered by process. Master patience, and you master the invisible power that governs success. Cultivate it, protect it, apply it relentlessly. Let it guide your actions, sharpen your mind, and fortify your spirit. Timing, endurance, wisdom, discipline, strategy, creativity, relationships, resilience, these are all amplified by patience. Without it, all other qualities are weakened. With it, even modest effort becomes unstoppable momentum. Your life will demand patience. Your goals will require it. Your dreams depend on it. Do not fight the process. Do not rush the journey. Do not surrender to frustration. Harness the invisible power of patience, and you will discover strength, clarity, and victory beyond imagination. Backhand index pointing right, like, subscribe, share this message. Wait wisely. Prepare relentlessly, strike decisively. Patience is power. Master it, and you master your destiny.